While world leaders gathered behind closed doors at the G7 summit in Kananaskis, another movement was making noise on the streets of Calgary. I attended a Khalistani protest at City Hall where demonstrators rallied in support of a separate Sikh state and voiced fierce opposition to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The protest drew attention not only for its political messaging, but for the controversial displays that sparked debate about extremism. What's important to note here? Well, Hardeep Singh Nijjar was a leading figure in the Khalistani movement and accused by India for running a violent separatist group called the Khalistan Tiger Force. They say he was behind targeted killings and terror plots. He denied those claims, and after he was gunned down in BC, tensions exploded between Canada and India. Controversy surrounds Khalistanis after videos circulated online showing imagery and chants appearing to call for the assassination of Indian Prime Minister Modi. This one was captured a couple days prior during the beginning of their protests surrounding the G7. Take a look. Khalistan rallies have often included effigies of the Indian Prime Minister, and at the protest site in Calgary, demonstrators were seen beating and dragging a makeshift figure of Modi while also stomping on the Indian flag, actions that make their animosity unmistakably clear. We spoke to some of the protesters on the ground, and this is what they had to say.
So Khalistan is basically the political will of the people of Punjab. So irrespective of your faith, Khalistan is not only for the Sikhs, it's for the indigenous people of Punjab. So those who call Punjab home for generations, you could be Muslim, Christian, Hindu, Sikh, Jaini, Buddhist, if you are indigenous to that land, this is the political will of those people, and we're trying to free the state of Punjab from under the occupation of the Indian government, and in the future, once it's liberated, the name of that country will be Khalistan.
All right, so what message are you sending to the G7 leaders today?
I just want to say thank you so much for hosting it in Alberta. As Canadian Sikhs in Alberta, there is no embassy here, so it's really important that we got a chance to raise our voice and stand united. People from all over the country, actually all over the globe, came here as a united voice to show the world that Sikhs cannot be intimidated, Canada can't be intimidated, because this transcends everything. And the most important thing is sovereignty, freedom, justice for Canadians. Sikhs are Canadians. We are part of the very fiber of what makes this country. We were here maybe not right in the beginning, but we were here as settlers. And we want to make this our nation, and the nation that we will get, not if, but we will get, the Republic of Khalistan, that is going to be a democratic country just like Canada.
I want to send the message to the G7 leaders that under Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, there's ongoing repression, transnational assassination, and international crime against Khalistani Canadian Sikh activists. I am asking them to hold Modi responsible, and he should be held accountable, so this should stop immediately.
The same message the Sikhs have gave today when Prime Minister Modi has touched down that India is a persistent threat to Canada, to the Canadian electoral process and the Canadian judicial system.
Today we are here at a G7 conference to give our message that Prime Minister Carney has to hold accountable Prime Minister Modi, who is behind the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who has foot soldiers here. So he must have to reveal the kill list that created by India's spy agency RAW or AW, that's a research analysis wing. So Mr. Carney has to hold him accountable.
So we've gathered here to ambush Narendra Modi, who in recent history, we all know that the Canadian government from CSIS, RCMP, the Five Eyes intelligence have all provided a multitude of evidence with regards to India's participation in transnational repression and foreign interference and targeting Sikhs, extortion, murder plots, assassination attempts, along with actual assassination of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who they murdered on Canadian soil. So the foreign interference is not just within our House of Commons with our MPs. They actually assassinated a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil for which we want accountability. Hardeep Singh Nijjar was the Canadian coordinator for the Khalistan referendum campaign, and just because he rose his voice for the freedom of the people of Punjab, he was targeted by the Indian government.
While Khalistan as an idea has peaceful protesters, the movement has a long and well-documented history of violence, including terror attacks and calls for political assassinations. I asked one of the protesters to respond to their chants calling for the death of Modi, and here's what he told me. And we've seen reports online that you guys are allegedly saying you guys want to kill Modi. Is that true?
Look, again, I'll clarify. The slogans are ambush Modi politics and the slogan is kill Modi politics. Both those things are words that represent the totalitarian Indian system. When you say you want to kill Modi politics, you want to tear that system down that is oppressing people that wish to be free, who wish to realize their own sovereignty. So when we say kill Modi politics, we're talking about destroying the fascist system that oppresses the will of people who wish to be free.
Now, given the activities we've observed from the Khalistani movement globally as well as here at the G7 protest site, how would you assess the nature of this movement and their activities? Let us know down in the comments. To watch all of our coverage of the G7 summit for the last 3 days, make sure to head to g7reports.com. As always, stay strong and stay free. For Rebel News, I'm Angelica Toy.